You wake up in your bed and something feels different. You can't quite put your finger on it, but there's a strange new sensation in the air. You get out of bed and walk to the window. As you look out into the night sky, you notice something strange. There seems to be a bright new star twinkling back at you. It wasn't there before. You think, maybe it's a shooting star. Just as you have that thought, the star suddenly explodes into a massive fireball, engulfing the night sky in an instant. And then everything goes black. If this scenario sounds terrifying to you, then you're not alone. But what if we told you that this might actually happen one day? Scientists recently discovered an object that's unlike anything they've ever seen before. It doesn't quite seem to fit in with any of our current scientific understandings of objects in space. And while we don't know exactly what it is, we do know that if we were to fall into it, things wouldn't end well for us. Let us take a look at the strange object that has scientists baffled and why falling into it would be a terrible idea. The object that could potentially end all life as we know it goes by the very creative name of OTS44. OTS44 is located in the small Magellanic Cloud, which is a dwarf galaxy. We believe that OTS44 was once a binary system, meaning that it was once two objects that were orbiting each other. However, at some point, these two objects merged to create a single object. This created an extremely dense ball of plasma. This process also released a huge amount of energy, which caused the object to violently spin and rapidly cool. It's believed that this rapid cooling caused the object to collapse in on itself, creating a brown dwarf. A brown dwarf is basically the love child between a planet and a star. While it's not quite big enough to be considered a star, it still has more mass than any planet in our solar system. And while we believe that this is what happened to OTS44, we're still not sure. That's because scientists really aren't sure exactly what the object even is. It's not big enough to be a star, but it's also not small enough to be a planet. It's incredibly dense and has an extremely strong gravitational pull. In fact, if you were to fall into OTS44, you wouldn't even be able to use your trusty jetpack to escape its grasp. It has a gravity comparable to that of our Sun, which is over 274 times the Earth's gravity. You'd be utterly crushed by the immense pressure. And while you might survive the initial impact, you wouldn't last long in the intense heat. The surface temperature of OTS44 is around 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to melt almost anything, including your body. But there's another even more terrifying aspect to this object. At its core, scientists believe that OTS44 is wobbling. It's spinning so fast that it's literally wobbling. It wobbles at a speed of 150 times per second. This means that if you manage to survive the intense pressure and heat, you'd likely be utterly crushed by the sheer force of the spinning. Even the strongest spaceships would be completely destroyed by the forces involved. So, if you're anywhere near this object, consider yourself extremely lucky to be alive. As of right now, scientists are still trying to understand exactly what OTS44 is. They're unsure if it's a rogue black hole, a neutron star, or something else entirely. With so many mysteries still surrounding the object, one thing is for sure, it's an extremely dangerous place that should definitely be avoided. Now watch what actually happens to your body in space. Or check out this video instead.